After a wild and hectic series opener last night here at the Orchard, the Pippins and the Port Angeles Lefties getting set to resume their four-game weekend series as the Pippins will look to salvage Game 2 and even it up with a doubleheader on tap for Sunday. Hi, everybody, and welcome into Yakima Valley Pippins baseball coverage here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network. My name is Miles Klotz. A pleasure to be bringing you the action tonight as the Pippins and the Lefties get set for Game 2 of 4, a single game here today at the Orchard, and a little bit of a different look for a number of reasons following some suspensions and ejections from last night's wild ninth inning. Austin and McKenna are running things on the controls for us today. A big shout out to them for what they do for us on the video side of things. The Pippins pregame show is presented by Yakima Craft Brewing Company. Founded in 2007, Yakima Craft produces high-quality ales and lagers with an emphasis on full-body taste and a unique character that pairs great with Pippins baseball. Enjoy Yakima Craft at the Orchard all summer long. Last night, a wild one. The Pippins fall 4-1, and it wasn't a wild one for the play on the field. With a lot of fireworks before the actual fireworks. Started with the ejection of Pippins manager Marcus McKimmey in the 6th inning. His second straight day getting tossed after going nearly 6 years without an ejection. It had been his first on Thursday and his second yesterday here against Port Angeles. He has been suspended 2 games for his 6th inning ejection yesterday, suspended for the game tonight and the first game of tomorrow's doubleheader. So Pippins assistant coach Justin Jacobs will serve as the acting manager for those 2 games. Rob Hippie will continue in his role as pitching coach, and Dustin Brader will move from volunteer pitching coach. He's still in that role, but he'll be the first base coach for the 2 games as that roles were served when Marcus was ejected yesterday. Also, pitcher Nick Brown was ejected in the 9th inning for some fracas in the dugout. He has been suspended 4 games for his actions and will be eligible to return on Wednesday when the Pippins take on Bend. Another hit to an already thin bullpen mix, and Brown looked pretty good in relief last night. He would have been a big help in Sunday's doubleheader, but he is not going to be able to pitch in that twin bill. And then Darren Westergaard, the manager for the Port Angeles Lefties, was ejected in the 9th inning after the game-ending call was overturned that allowed the game to continue in the bottom of the 9th. He has not been suspended and is in uniform and will manage the rest of the series for Port Angeles. So to recap, Marcus McKimmey, 2-game suspension. He'll be back the second game tomorrow of the 7-inning doubleheader. Nick Brown, 4-game suspension. He is eligible to return for the Pippins on Wednesday against Bend. And Darren Westergaard was the only one ejected but not suspended. He will be in uniform managing the rest of this series. Other than that, it was a really normal game for the Pippins. They just couldn't get the offense going at all. Scored 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. Did get the winning run to the plate in that inning with Christian Padilla, but he struck out swinging on a high fastball from righty Carter Lowen. And that ended the ball game at that point, and the Pippins fell by a final score of 4-1. Ryan Jamison pitched well enough to get a win, but he fell to 0-3 after giving up 2 runs, 1 earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, and he struck out 5 over 5 innings of work here at the Orchard. And there were fireworks to follow. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a smaller crowd tonight with the Mariner Moose in the building. The mascot from Seattle made the trip across I-80 here to the Orchard, and he will be in uniform and hanging out with Scott T. Pippen as the Pippins send right-hander Joe Magrici to the mound. Magrici trying to pick up the win after he took a no decision in his last start a week ago today in Portland. Was certainly not his sharpest. 4 2/3 innings of work for the right-hander, who has been one of the best pitchers in the West Coast League this year. He allowed 1 hit, walked 6, and struck out 12. And he, on the season, has an ERA of .83. Second in the West Coast League with his 42 strikeouts in just 21 2/3 innings of work. He's walked 9 batters on the year, 6 of which came in that last start, and opponents hitting .099 against the right-hander from San Diego, California, who makes his 7th appearance of the season, his 5th as a starter. And the Pippins are certainly going to need him to go deeper. Magrici has not eclipsed more than 6 innings in a game this year, but they got him up to 102 pitches last week against Portland. And the Pippins are hoping that maybe they can get him that length again, but in 7 innings or so instead of just 4 2/3. The Pippins eventually went on to lose that game. Pippins thin on pitching, and with Nick Brown's suspension, it's going to be even tougher. But they'll go against the guy for Port Angeles that although it didn't count in the score sheet in a game that was canceled due to rain, the Pippins did beat up on Tyler Tan, the right-hander, the last time that he pitched against the Pippins on June 25th in Port Angeles. He went an inning and a third in that game, gave up 7 earned runs, got really battered around, a couple of homers in that game. Although the stats did not count because the game was canceled after 4+ innings due to rain, it still happened, and Tan on the year, his official stats, he is 1-0 with a 2.36 ERA. 19 innings of work, he has struck out 11, walked 7, and opponents hit 138 off of the right-hander, a native of Kent, Washington. Justin Jacobs serving as acting manager. He is met at the plate by the 2-man umpiring crew. Same one that had a lot of controversy with both sides yesterday. It's Kyle Katz who will be in the bases today, and Brendan Lynch behind the plate with Darren Westergaard, the umpire for Port Angeles. We'll take a break here from the Orchard, and when we return, we'll get you the starting lineups, and we'll have first pitch just around the corner here from Yakima, Washington, as the Pippins look to snap a 3-game West Coast League losing streak and get their way to 2-3 in WCL play. Take a quick break, and when we return, it'll be time for starting lineups and first pitch here at the Orchard on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Best tires ever, just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Getting set for first pitch here at Yakima County Stadium in Game 2 of a 4-game weekend series between the Pippins and the Port Angeles Lefties. And the Mariner Moose down from Seattle with the Mariners on the road in Los Angeles. He threw out the first pitch to Pippins outfielder Greg Fuchs, and it was not a strike. The Mariner Moose having about as much success as the Mariner pitchers did last night when Seattle was no-hit, 13-0. Pretty emotional night there in Los Angeles, the first home game for the Angels since the passing of Tyler Skaggs, and the Mariners, unfortunately, on the receiving end of that touching night, getting no hit in a 13-0 loss. Let's get a look at the starting lineups tonight. Maybe we'll have a no-hitter of our own here at the Orchard. The Port Angeles Lefties, their 30th game of the season, they are 2-1 on the second half of the season and 12-17 on the year overall, and they lead off with the left fielder Gavin Rourke. Justin Fugit, the third baseman, hits second. Matthew Christian is at first base, batting third. Baxter Halligan, the designated hitter in the cleanup spot. C.J. Halligan's playing right field. C.J. Shawwecker is the designated hitter. He bats fifth. Ethan Groff, the center fielder, hitting eighth. Hitting sixth. Damiano Palmagiani at second base, batting seventh. Trevor Rosenberg, the shortstop, hits eighth. And Matt Boisenault is the catcher and bats ninth. Again, for Port Angeles, that's Rourke, Fugit, and Christian, Halligan, Shawwecker, and Groff, Palmagiani, Rosenberg, and Boisenault, with the right-hander Tyler Tan on the mound to make his 4th start of the season. As for the Pippins, 31st game of the season, they are 1-3 in the West Coast League's second half, and they are 12-18 on the season as a whole, and they lead off with Nick DiCarlo, the second baseman. Tanner Parker, the shortstop, hits second. Kyle Dean in left field, batting third. Brady Hormel, the designated hitter, is the cleanup hitter. Aiden Welch at first base, batting fifth. Nick Israel, the third baseman, hits sixth. Noah Andrews in right field, batting seventh. James Bell doing the catching and batting eighth. And Luke Schwartz rounds out the order, batting ninth, playing center field for the Pippins. Again, for Yakima Valley, that's DiCarlo, Parker, and Dean. Hormel, Welch, and Israel. Andrews, Bell, and Schwartz. With the right-hander, Joe Magrici on the mound. Magrici making his 5th start of the summer as the Pippins go and try and tie the series against the Port Angeles Lefties here at Yakima County Stadium. Around the West Coast League, 10 teams in league action tonight. All of those games just about to get underway. Corvallis coming off of a 25-run performance last night against Kelowna. They take on the Falcons again in Game 2 of that series at Goss Stadium. Cowlitz is 3-0 in the second half. They travel down to Ridgefield to continue their series, trying to make it 4 straight wins to open the second half. Bellingham was walked off last night in Wenatchee. That series resumes tonight, and Victoria looks for the series win over Bend after picking up a 12-3 victory last night. The Pippins, after the doubleheader tomorrow, will have Monday off and then Bend in town for a 3-game series Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday against the Elks. And then it'll be off to Canada up north. Pippins will head to Victoria next weekend for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. About to have the national anthem here at the Orchard, so let's take a break, and when we return, we'll have the first pitch here from Yakima County Stadium on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flywykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Prices.
Joe McGreasy to the mound as the Pippins get set to open up Game 2 of a 4-game weekend series here against the Port Angeles Lefties, and the right-hander making his 5th start of the summer, his 7th appearance overall. 1-0 with a .83 ERA, 21 2/3 innings pitched. Second in the West Coast League with his 42 strikeouts and 9 walks on the year. Opponents hitting .099 off of the righty from San Diego, California, who took a no decision in his last start a week ago today in Portland. 4 2/3 innings of work in that outing. Allowed 1 hit, no runs. Season high 12 strikeouts, also a season high 6 walks. He was certainly not his sharpest, but he still threw up zeros in a game that the Pippins eventually lost in the later innings. And today he faces a Port Angeles lineup that had just 4 runs yesterday, benefiting off of 2-run frames in both the 4th and the 6th innings. And they will lead it off with Gavin Rourke, Justin Fugit, and Matthew Christian here in the top of the first. Miles Klotz here at Yakima County Stadium with Austin and McKenna on the controls for the video side today. It's right-hander versus left-hander to get things underway from the orchard. McGreasy peers in from the first base side of the rubber, delivers, and hits the outside corner with a fastball for strike 1. And that's how things get underway here at the orchard. A few minutes behind schedule at 6:38 Pacific time here in Yakima. The 0-1. A changeup on the outer third, called a strike, and it's 0-2. Currently here at the orchard, 84 degrees, partly cloudy skies on another nice night for baseball here in the Valley. McGreasy looking for his first strikeout. The kick in the 0-2. Misses up high with a fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes on Rourke. Nobody on, nobody out, just underway. Top of the first, no score. McGreasy with the 42 strikeouts on the year trails just Gil Luna of Bend. And there's his 43rd as Rourke goes swinging at a pitch in the dirt. James Bell, the catcher, fires on the first, and a strikeout to get things going for McGreasy. He's now 2 away from tying the league lead in that category, and it will bring up Justin Fugit. Left-handed batter bats with 1 out, the base is empty. No score here in the top of the first from the orchard. Fugit extended his hitting streak yesterday to 7 games with a 1-for-3 performance. Also struck out a few times. Hitting .300 on the year, the first pitch. A fastball dots the outside corner for a called strike 1. Of course, McGreasy with the 3-pitch arsenal, the fastball in the upper 80s, low 90s. Really good changeup and a solid curveball, the 0-1. There is one of those changeups, popped up high in the air, foul ground off to the left. Bell tosses off the mask, he meets with Israel and makes the catch on the foul territory dirt just near the Pippins dugout, and there's the second out of the top of the first for McGreasy. James Bell doing the catching for the Pippins. On the infield, it's Israel at third base, Tanner Parker, the shortstop, Nick DiCarlo plays second, and Aiden Welch at first. Kyle Dean in left field, Luke Schwartz in center, Noah Andrews in right field for the Pippins. No score, top of the first, 2 outs, and the pitch to Matt Christian is fouled softly back to the backstop, and it's 0-1 to the Port Angeles first baseman, hitting .269 on the year, a league-high 6 home runs, and 16 RBIs in just 15 games this season. Right-hander kicks and delivers the 0-1. There's a swing and a miss and a breaking ball in the dirt, one of the first curveballs he's thrown today. And it's 0-2 on Christian. Big, stocky right-handed hitter out of Campbell University. An open stance from the right side, the infield and outfield straight away. The 0-2. Line shot out to right field. Andrews backs up towards the track. He goes. He's at the wall. He looks up. It's off the wall. And Andrews falls to the ground and can't collect. Christian up to second. He's going to hustle around second, head for third. Andrews' throw is well late, and it's a triple for Matt Christian. And the big power that would have been a home run at any other park in this league, but it bounces off the 20-foot wall here at the Orchard. And the Lefties have a man in scoring position with 2 outs in the top of the first. First triple of the year for Christian, his 10th extra base hit. And he's at third with 2 down for Baxter Halligan, who drove in a pair yesterday. No score, bottom of the top of the first. The pitch from McGreasy. Left-hand batter takes a changeup high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. And McGreasy, that's usually the strategy, is lots of changeups, particularly to left-handed hitters, of which he will face 4 in this lefties lineup. The 1-0. There's a fastball hit in the air deep center, but Schwartz has room. Back a few steps to his left, reaches up, makes the glove side grab, hat high, and that is the inning. Lefties get a 2-out triple, but strand Christian at third, and after a half inning here at the Orchard, no score on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
At concession stands throughout the Orchard.
Tailgaters Bar and Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Right-hander Tyler Tan to the mound here in the bottom of the first. Port Angeles nothing, the Pippins nothing, and Tan makes his 4th start of the season. He's 1-0 with a 2.36 ERA. 11 strikeouts, 7 walks over 19 innings of work. Opponent's hitting 138 off of the right-hander out of Kent, Washington. And he will face the top of the Pippins order in the top of the first in a scoreless game. Nick DiCarlo, Tanner Parker, and then Kyle Dean for Yakima Valley after Joe McGreasy worked around a 2-out triple in the top of the first to retire the side scoreless. Right versus right to get things underway. Tan kicks and delivers. And the first pitch misses down and outside with a fastball for ball 1. The set and the 1-0 from Tan. Lifts the left leg high in the air, and there's a fastball drilled out to left center field, fairly well hit. But Groff, the center fielder, has room back into his right. He was playing deep, and he makes the catch. In deep left center field, about two steps shy of the track. And DiCarlo flies to center for the first out. 2 pitches, 1 out. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense for Port Angeles. Gavin Rourke in left field. Groff in center, Baxter Halligan in right. Justin Fugit at third base, Trevor Rosenberg the shortstop, Damiano Palmigiani at second, and Matthew Christian at first, with Matt Boisenalt doing the catching for Tyler Tan. First pitch to Tanner Parker, grounded up the middle. Sliding stop by Palmigiani at second. Off-balance throw to first is in time. From the seat of his pants on the outfield grass, Damiano Palmigiani takes away a hit from Tanner Parker. And still no score, 2 outs, and the base is empty for Kyle Dean. Dean, a right-handed hitter who was 0 for 4 yesterday in his 2019 regular season debut for the Pippins. Last year's West Coast League batting champion. Hits right-handed here against the 5'7" Tan, who winds and delivers. And a fastball drops in at the knees for strike 1. So Dean 0 for 4 yesterday. Last year in his batting title campaign, he only went 0 for 4 once in 37 games. The 0-1 pitch, a change-up on the upper inside corner. Dean moved his elbow out of the way of it a little bit, but it was called a strike anyway. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 down, no score, bottom of the first. Tan sets, shoulder high, leg kick, and the 0-2. And there's a fastball that misses outside. Boisenalt with a pretty good frame offering. Could not get the call. Brendan Lynch calling balls and strikes today. And Kyle Katz is the base umpire. The 1-2. Change up on the outside corner, strike 3 called. And Tyler Tan picks up his first strikeout and sets down the top of the Pippins order 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. After an inning here at Yakima County Stadium, no score on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
First pitch at the top of the second inning from Joe McGreasy to C.J. Shawwecker is a fastball away. And it's 1-0 on the Port Angeles 5-hole hitter. No score here in the top of the second inning. Right on left, the kick and the 1-0. There's a swing and a miss at a low fastball, and it's 1-1. Shawwecker making his first appearance of the series. The DH today for Port Angeles with Ethan Groff, Damiano Palmigiani to follow, the 1-1. There's a changeup that drops in at the letters for a called strike 2, and it's 1-2 to Shawwecker. McGreasy had a strikeout and a scoreless first, and then the Pippins went down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Kicks, winds, delivers, swing and a miss, and a breaking ball in the dirt. Rolls away from Bell, but he picks it up down the first base line, flings it to first in time, and McGreasy with his second strikeout. And there's one down here in the top of the second. Quick and easy out for McGreasy, and now Ethan Groff digs in, the right-handed hitting center fielder. Nobody on, one out, no score, top of the second. McGreasy winds and fires, and there's a bunt right back to the mound. Joe Fields left to the mound, sets his feet, fires on to first, 2 out. Groff, who has not been swinging the bat well, tried to bunt his way aboard, but he unfortunately bunted it right back at McGreasy. So far, it's been a really efficient night for Joe. Just 16 pitches so far through an inning and 2/3, and now he faces Damiano Palmigiani, the Port Angeles second baseman, with the bases empty, 2 down. In a scoreless game in the second, the pitch. Palmigiani slices it right back to the screen, and it's 0-1. The Canadian hitting .227 on the year, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. 0 for 3 yesterday, reached once on a walk. Crouched out stance from the right side, and he swings and misses at a high changeup that had some really good late break on it, and it's 0-2 on Palmigiani. McGreasy has set down 5 of the first 6 in this ballgame. Shakes off one sign from the catcher Bell, now gets the one he likes, and strikes out Palmigiani looking with a curveball in the inside corner. And that is the second inning. McGreasy sets him down. 1, 2, 3, needs just 9 pitches to do so. And we go to the bottom of the second. No score from the Orchard on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
No score. We go to the bottom of the second here from Yakima. Brady Hormel to lead it off for the Pippins. Left-handed hitter against right-hander Tyler Tan, who twists, winds, delivers. And the first pitch, a change-up on the outer third for a called strike, 0-1. Hormel, the DH today. Here's the 0-1. Taken down and away with a fastball, and it's 1-1 on Hormel, hitting .250 on the year. No homers and 4 RBIs on the season. Few get even with a bag at third, rest of the infield deep and straight away the pitch. A changeup misses a hair outside, and it's 2-1 to Hormel, who scored the only run of the ball game yesterday after singling in the bottom of the ninth, then coming around to score on a Nick Israel infield single. High left leg kick, the 2-1. That's sliced foul, out of play, left side, down the left field line. Smaller crowd than we had yesterday here at the Orchard, for sure. About 1,300 people in attendance last night. No score, bottom of the second, I beg your pardon. Nobody on, nobody out for the Pippins. And the 2-2 pitch to Hormel. Takes a fastball on the lower inside corner, strike 3 called. And Tyler Tan has his second strikeout. Both of them looking, and one out here for Aiden Welch. Second inning brought to you by Pingree Ford, your trusted Ford dealership in Sela with an extensive new and pre-owned inventory. Visit Pingree Ford at 102 West Natchez Avenue in Sela when you're looking for your next vehicle. Welch hits here with the base is empty, one out, no score, bottom of the second. Tan delivers, and there's a fly ball out of play, right side, 0-1. The righty Tyler Tan stands just 5'7", 160 pounds, but a 2-year performer in junior college. Here's the kick in the 0-1. Fastball down low, 1-1. Played at Skagit Valley College in the NWAC under Darren Westergaard. The head coach for the Lefties is an assistant coach at Skagit Valley. Kick in the 1-1. Aiden takes a fastball in the lower outside corner, a called strike 2. Righty versus righty with one out, nobody on. Pippins and Lefties without a score here in the bottom of the second. And the infield now deep and straight away, outfield the same. The 1-2 pitch. Welch hits it hard, third base side, past the dive of Rosenberg, and in the left field. The shortstop couldn't come up with it, and Aiden Welch, after failing to reach base for the first time in 9 games yesterday, he has a one-out single here in his first at-bat tonight. And now Nick Israel, one of the other hot bats in the Pippin lineup, digs in. 1 on, 1 out. Scoreless game, bottom of the second inning. Remember, we went all the way to the 4th before a first run came in yesterday. Fugit comes in on the grass at third, the first pitch. Outside with the fastball to Israel. Switch hitter bats left-handed. Hitting .267 on the year, no homers and 1 RBI. Turn and a look to first from the right-hander Tan off the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and deals out of the stretch and misses in the dirt with a fastball. That allows the runner to take off, throw down a second. Welch slides in safely under the tag from Rosenberg. And on a wild pitch, the Pippins have the go-ahead run here in scoring position with just one out in the bottom of the second. First wild pitch of the ball game. Puts a man at second, one out. Pippins without a score here against Port Angeles. And the infield comes in a bit and shifts slightly to the right on the left-hand batter, Israel. And he hits this one the opposite way into left field. Rourke comes on, dives, and it gets past his glove and rolling all the way towards the wall. Welch around third. He'll score easily. It's a go-ahead RBI double for Nick Israel, and the Pippins are on the board first. 1-0. Scored a hit. So the second RBI of the year for Nick Israel. And the Pippins take their first lead of the series on the double past Gavin Rourke, who leaned out, hit the ground, and couldn't come up with a baseball. And now Yakima Valley on top here, 1-0. That brings up the hop out of Noah Andrews. Right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher. 1 on, 1 out. Pippins ahead a run here in the bottom of the second inning, and Andrews bunts it foul. Off to the left, and it's 0-1, and Andrews 5 for his last 13 after a pinch hit single last night. But he tried to lay down a surprise squeeze attempt here. Hitting .216 on the year, no homers, 5 knocked in. Palmajani, the second baseman, keeps Israel close to the bag. Tan gives 2 glances, now fires and misses outside with a slider, 1-1. Tan out of the stretch, shortens up his delivery a bit. He'll mix in a high left leg kick out of the windup, but out of the stretch, he just reaches back and fires. His delivery kind of winds a little bit to Edwin Diaz of the New York Mets. Here's the pitch. Fastball skips in the dirt several feet in front of the plate. Israel takes off for third and slides in safe under the tag. On a ball that never got behind Boisenault, the catcher, Nick Israel had a nice lead off of second and takes third base on a wild pitch. And now all Noah Andrews needs to do is put the ball in play as Port Angeles decides to bring the infield close to the grass, but only the corners will come in on the grass. The 2-1. Ground ball left side of the infield. Rosenberg, the shortstop fields, has no play at home, throws to first in time. And there's the second out, but Noah Andrews does his job, brings in Israel on an RBI ground out, and it's 2-0 Pippins here in the bottom of the second. And for the second time this season, the Pippins having success off of Tyler Tan. It did not count in the score sheet officially after the game was canned after 4+ innings, but the Pippins got 8 runs off of him in a start 2 weeks ago, a little closer to 3 at this point in Port Angeles. 2-0 Pippins. Here's the first pitch to James Bell. He takes a fastball down and out for a ball, 1-0. Nobody on, 2 down. Pippins with runs this inning on an RBI double from Nick Israel, and then an RBI ground out from Noah Andrews. Kicking the 1-0. Taken down and outside with a fastball, ball 2. James Bell making his return to West Coast League play after an elbow injury. Last team he played against was in Port Angeles. Here's the 2-0. Soft ground ball, foul, 2-1. Bell 4 for 19 on the season at the plate in league play. That's a .211 batting average, no homers, no RBIs. Tan sets, shoulder high, kicks and delivers the 2-1. Bell takes a fastball down and in, 3-1. Now, think back to that game that was canceled in Port Angeles. Bell hit a home run off of Tyler Tan. A much smaller field and a much shorter fence, though, in Port Angeles. 2-0 Pippins. Here's the 3-1. Fastball, outside, ball 4, and James Bell draws a 2-out walk here in the second. It'll bring up Luke Schwartz, who had a nice day yesterday. Digs in with Bell at first, 2 away. Pippins already pushing 2 runs across in this bottom of the second. They lead it 2-0. And Schwartz hits from the right side, 167 batter on the season. No homers and 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up high, and Schwartz ahead in the count here, 1-0. Luke set a season high with three hits yesterday. A bunt single and a pair of singles that were not bunt singles. Tiny lead off of first for Bell. Rest of the infield straight away, normal depth. Here's the 1-0. Schwartz takes a huge hack and hits it softly off to the left down the third base line where Fugit collects in foul ground and then lobs back to the mound. The home plate umpire Brendan Lynch is requiring that Tyler Tan get a new baseball. Runner on first, 2 outs. Pippins leading 2-0, bottom of the second, after an RBI double from Nick Israel and an RBI ground out from Noah Andrews. Looking to add more. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Tan delivers, and there's a high fly ball out of play right side. Schwartz decided to swing pretty late on that change. Tan with a fastball, slider, changeup mix. .57 righty peers to first. Now delivers the 2-strike pitch, and Schwartz hits this high in the air. Routine depth to left field. Rourke ambles on a few steps, reaches out, and makes the catch on the run in medium depth left field, and the inning is over. But the Pippins get 2 runs on 2 hits, including an RBI double from Nick Israel in Strand 1. After 2, Pippins 2, Lefties nothing on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Pippins on top 2-0 on our way to the third inning here at the Orchard. Joe Magrici facing Trevor Rosenberg to lead things off. In the first pitch, a huge hack at a low fastball. And he swung right over it to push the count to 0-1. Rosenberg, and then 9-1 in the Port Angeles order. Magrici off the first base side of the rubber, drops down, leg kick and a pitch. And there's a fastball below the knees to even the count at 1-1. Rosenberg, a double in yesterday's game, hitting .265 on the year, the 1-1. And a swing and a miss at a changeup. Oh, man, he got Rosenberg a foot ahead of that one. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on the lefties' shortstop. 1-2 pitch. Hit back to the backstop on an inside fastball, and it's a ball, 2 strikes on Rosenberg. Trevor without a homer on the year, 8 RBIs. Another 2-strike pitch. Fastball at the knees, called strike 3. 4th strikeout for Magrici, his 2nd backwards K. And a quick out here to start the 3rd for the Pippins. Matt Boisenalt steps to the plate now with 1 out. The base is empty. Pippins leading 2-0 in the top of the 3rd, right on right. Magrici turns and fires, and a fastball drops in at the knees for strike 1. And after a start last week in Portland in which Magrici did not have his best stuff, this is what we're used to tonight. He is out here dominating. Works quickly, the 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike 2. and this is as good as he's looked all year. Just one blemish so far, a triple to Matt Christian, but the Pippins have given him some run support. Kick in the 0-2. Change up, tapped softly, foul off to the left, and Boisenalt just barely reached to keep himself alive there. Right-handed hitting catcher out of Mercer Island in his first appearance of the series, batting .231 on the year and just 13 at-bats. No homers and 1 run batted in. Waits on the 0-2 and checks his swing and a breaking ball in the dirt. Appeal down to first. He went around. Bill applies the tag. Third straight K for McGreasy, 2 down. His 5th punch-out on the night. His 47th on the season, which will move him into the league lead in that category, surpassing Ben's Gil Luna, who entered the night with 45 and will not pitch tonight. 2 outs, the base is empty. Here's the top of the order, Gavin Rourke, and he lines this to right, and it drops in front of Andrews for a base hit. On a high fastball, Rourke took a long swing, but managed to barrel that one up, and he's got his first base hit of the ball game. And a 2-out base runner now for Justin Fugit. Fugit bats with 1 on, 2 out. Pippins leading it 2-0 after an RBI double from Nick Israel brought home a run. There's a toss over to first, and Rourke, the speedster, is back in safely. And then after a wild pitch, Noah Andrews was able to drive home Israel on an RBI ground out to make it 2-0. Another quick toss over to first. Rourke back in safely on a low throw that Welch had to snag off the dirt. 1 on, 2 outs. Pippins lead 2-0, top of the 3rd. McGreasy rests the glove on his chin, now sets at the shoulder. Stands tall, delivers. And Fugit, check swing, and it hit the bat anyway and has popped up into the top row of the seats off the third base side. 0-1 on Fugit, who is 0 for 1 on the day, popped out in foul ground back in the first. Rourke 2 for 3 on steals yesterday. He's got 7 of them on the year, and he takes a small lead off of first, draws a throw, and is back underneath the tag from Welch. 1 on, 2 outs, 2-0 Pippins, top of the 3rd. Skinny left-handed hitting Fugit out of Purdue University in Indiana. Wags the tan bat over his left shoulder. Waits on the 1-strike pitch and slices it foul. Again off to the top of the third base side of the seats. Not a lot of fans up in that top area of the general admission section, though. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. McGreasy set down 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5 by strikeout. We'll try to, he set down 3 in a row that he has retired. 4 of the last 5 outs have been by strikeout. Here's the 0-2. Change up at the belt, strike 3 called. Really good break on that pitch, and Fugit down looking to end the 3rd. McGreasy works around a 2-out single to strike out 3, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Pippins lead 2-0 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Tires ever, just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Top of the order for the Pippins in the bottom of the third. Yakima Valley ahead 2-0, and it's Nick DiCarlo to start things off in a right-on-right matchup against Tyler Tan. Home plate umpire Brendan Lynch asking the Pippins pitching coach Rob Hippie to get it off of the top step of the dugout. The infield and outfield straight away, normal depth. Tan out of the windup, leg kick, and the first pitch to DiCarlo. A fastball on the outer third for a called first strike. And DiCarlo falls behind in the count here, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 from the righty. He deals. And a changeup misses. Hits the inside corner. High and in, a called strike 2. And it's 0-2 on DiCarlo, who flied out to center to start off the first inning for the Pippins on offense. Tan has struck out 2. Here's the pitch. 0-2, lifted in the air, center field, right at Groff. Casually a step over to his left, reaches up and makes the two-hand grab. And DiCarlo has now flied out to center twice. And there's one out here in the third. One away, the base is empty, and Tanner Parker digs in. Pippins leading 2-0, bottom of the third. And one of just 2 lefties in the Pippins lineup. Hits against the right-hander Tan. Kick of the pitch. There's a soft dribble foul off to the left side. Pippins in the Pippin green uniforms today. The white numbers and a navy blue trim on the back, and Yakima Valley Pippins across the chest in green. And the dark green caps. White pants. Lefties, same uniforms as yesterday. The kick in the 0-1. There's a fly ball, left side foul, 0-2. Port Angeles in those road gray pants, and then the blue uniforms with gray numbers and an orange trim, and then the gray lefties across the chest, surrounded by orange stripe. 0-2 to Tanner. He lines this one up the middle and caught by the shortstop Rosenberg on the edge of the outfield grass as that one kind of died in the air. A little bit of wind blowing in, and Parker lines out to short for the second out of the top of the third, bottom of the third, I beg your pardon. It's going to be a little interesting tomorrow. Game 1 of that doubleheader, Pippins will be the away team as it's a makeup of that game in Port Angeles in June. Here's Kyle Dean, nobody on, 2 outs, 2-0 Pippins lead here, bottom third, the pitch. Dean hits it right side of the infield. Shortstop, or the second baseman, Palmajani, gets to a knee, gets to his feet, throws from the outfield grass, and throws out Dean. And it's a quick 1-2-3 bottom of the third inning for Tyler Tan. We're through 3 here at the Orchard. Pippins leading 2-0 on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
6 strikeouts through 3 scoreless innings for Joe Magrisi, and he starts off the top of the 4th to Matt Christian with a slider up high, or a curveball, excuse me, and it's 1-0 on Christian, who's got a triple in one at-bat off of Joe today. 2-0 Pippins lead. The pitch. That ball's hit high in the air, deep to left field. Dean back towards the wall, reaches up and makes the catch on the warning track. And Matt Christian just feet away from his 7th home run of the season. Instead, it's a fly out as Dean played that pretty well, and there's one away here in the top of the 4th. In a game that's flying by, here's Baxter Halligan. The left-handed hitter digs in with 1 out. The base is empty in the top of the 4th. Pippins leading it 2-0 over Port Angeles. Here's the set from McGreasy. First pitch. Halligan hits it in the air, left side, curling foul, out of play, 0-1. So Joe, after walking 6 batters in his last start, 6 of the 9 he's walked all season, hasn't even had a 2-ball count tonight. The 0-1. There's a ground ball hit left side of the infield. Parker, the shortstop, to his right. Bobbles, stays with it, throws to first. Throw is late. And that should go as an error on Parker, and it does. The first miscue of the game for the Pippins. And they continue their dubious streak of games with an error committed. The most errors in the league defensively, but McGreasy a chance to get out of this with C.J. Shawwecker to the plate. He struck out in his first time. 1 on, 1 out. Pippins ahead, 2-0, bottom 4. And Halligan at first, where he takes a small lead. Middle infield double play depth. Israel a step in at third. McGreasy out of the stretch deals. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup, 0-1. And Joe quickly working ahead of Shawwecker, left-handed hitter out of Cave Creek, Arizona. Now the question is, are there caves and creeks there? It's Arizona, so there's a chance there's neither. There's a toss over to first. You think Yakima's a desert, go down to Arizona. There might be caves. Not sure if you'll find creeks. The 0-1. Hit back foul to the top of the screen and then ricochets towards the Pippins dugout, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. 2-0 Pippins on top here in the top of the 4th. Shawwecker out of Grand Canyon University in Phoenix. A lot of Grand Canyon players in the West Coast League. By my count, I think upwards of 15. Soft chopper, foul off the plate, 0-2, which at that point, you're talking more than half the roster on West Coast League rosters this year. And spread out throughout the league as well. It's not just 1 or 2 teams. Port Angeles has a few. Bend has several. Ridgefield with quite a couple. 1 on, 1 out. Pippins ahead by 2 runs, top of the 4th, and McGreasy looking for his 7th strikeout. First a toss over to first, and Halligan back in safely. Joe today, how about this efficiency? This will be his 40th pitch. He's thrown 5 balls. The 0-2. Fastball up high. There's the 6th ball of the night, and it's 1-2. That's almost unfathomable. So far, through his first 40 pitches, McGreasy has thrown 85% strikes. 1 on, 1 out. 2-0 Pippins, top of the 4th. Joe looking for strikeout number 7 against Shawwecker. Quick toss over to first, tag applied, safe! Halligan just underneath that pickoff move. That was the best one of the night for McGreasy. And that should get Halligan to think twice about standing too far off of first, and he's going to wisely hold off really, really close here. Joe sets out of the stretch. Delivers a 2-strike pitch. Change-up wrapped foul left side, 1-2. Jeff Jameson, a infielder / outfielder. He can even pitch. He's currently coaching first base for the Lefties. Right-hander Frankie Scalzo warming in the bullpen. So Tyler Tan's pitched all right through 3 innings, but the Lefties already getting some action up there. 2-0 Pippins, top 4, the 2-strike pitch. Change-up could not get Shawwecker to chase, and for the first time tonight, a 2-ball count worked against Joe McGreasy. I mean, this is what we're talking about. 1 out in the 4th, and he has not even worked a 2-ball count until now, let alone 3. Halligan at first after the error, and now a quick second for James Bell to tie his left shoe. McGreasy faked the toss to first, didn't throw. Back atop the first base side of the rubber where he stands tall, works out of the stretch. Always working quickly. Here's his 2-2. Toss over to first, tag applied, Halligan safe. Kyle Katz, the base umpire, is currently situated about 2 steps to the right of the mound and 10 steps back. Middle infield at double play depth. The 2-2 pitch to Shawwecker. Halligan takes off, and this pitch fouled back to the top of the screen, and it remains 2-2. And this one of the longest at-bats of the night against McGreasy. 7 pitches deep against C.J. Shawwecker. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. 2-0 Pippins. Here in the 4th. Two. Fouled off to the left again, and Shawwecker not backing down. Took a piece of a fastball there off the top of the screen, third base side. Pippins ahead 2-0, top 4. Scalzo continues to warm in the Port Angeles pen down the right field line. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit to second. This could be 2. DiCarlo turns and goes to second for 1. They got no play at first on a slow roller, but the Pippins do get the lead runner, and Shawwecker at first on a fielder's choice. Now Ethan Groff will bat. He bunted out to the mound in his first try. 2-0 Pippins, top of the 4th. 1 on, 2 down. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball out of play, right side. 0-1 on Groff. Out of Tulane University, this is a really smart guy. He got recruited by Duke, Rice, Stanford, Michigan, Notre Dame, and he went to Tulane. The 0-1. Change up, right down the middle. That had really good break and ended up pretty much straight down the middle of the zone, and it's 0-2 on Groff. Smart kid, native of Orlando. Took a redshirt year at Tulane this spring. The 0-2. Hit in the air, left center field, but routine for Schwartz, who ambles over a few steps to his right, reaches up, and makes the hat-high grab. And the Pippins work around a 1-out error and set down the Lefties scoreless here in the top of the 4th. 2-0 Yakima Valley after 3.5 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Of your Yakima Valley Pippins.
Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley. Your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware. Hardware supplies and competitive prices.
2-0 Pippins as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Brady Hormel to lead it off against right-hander Tyler Tan in a 2-run Pippins lead. It'll be Hormel, Welch, and then Israel. 4, 5, 6 part of the order here in the 4th. Right versus left to get things going. Here's the pitch. And Hormel slices it foul, left side, and it's 0-1 on the Pippins designated hitter. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Kicking the 0-1 from Tan. Change up, down and out on Hormel, 1-1. Brady Hormel has been a real good addition to this Pippins team. I was talking with Justin Jacobs, for now the acting manager for the Pippins, a couple of weeks ago after Hormel first joined the squad. He lifts the 1-1, left center field. Shortstop Rosenberg back, but it's Rourke from left. Long run in, reaches out and makes the catch. Close to the infield. He ended up on the infield after he caught it. And there's one out. I'm just talking about how he just has some moxie to him. He goes out there and he knows how to play the game. He's probably going to get slapped with undersized labels his whole career, but he really just knows how to swing it. And a really good opportunity for him to face some college pitching before he heads off to UNR in the fall. Base is empty, one out. Here's Aiden Welch, and he takes a change up on the inside corner for strike one. Aiden has singled, scored a run today. Pippins ahead 2-0. Infield, outfield, straight away. Infield is deep, particularly the middle infield. Kicking the 0-1. Line shot, left side of the infield, through in left for a base hit. Aiden Welch is 2 for 2. His third multi-hit game in the last 6. And a one-out base runner here for Yakima Valley in the bottom of the 4th. And now this scoring chance is starting just like the Pippins did in the second. Started with a one-out single from Welch, and a batter later, Nick Israel doubled into left to bring him home. Israel bats, switch hitter left-handed. 1 on, 1 out. Pippins ahead 2-0, bottom 4. Few get in at third, even with the bag. Middle infield, double play depth. First pitch to Israel. Ground ball right towards first. Fielded by Christian. He goes to second for 1. The relay on to first, where Tan, the pitcher, was covering. And that's an inning-ending double play. The rare 3-6-1 double play. But that ends the inning, and we go to the 5th. Pippins ahead 2-0 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Concession stands throughout the orchard.
Tailgaters Bar and Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Joe Magrizi back to work. He's ready and set to face Damiano Palmigiani to start off the 5th. Pippins ahead 2-0. And the first pitch, a changeup. Doesn't get a chase on a pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-0 to Palmigiani. 7-8-9 for Port Angeles here in the 5th. Down 2 runs. Magrizi just 49 pitches on the night. Shakes off a sign. Now kicks and deals the 1-0. Palmigiani takes a bending fastball high and in. 2-0. Magrizi has struck out 6. Allowed just 2 hits over 4 scoreless so far. His 2-0 pitch. Fastball popped up. Shallow right field. Second baseman DeCarlo back towards the outfield grass, and he makes the catch in shallow right field, calling off Andrews, and there's one away here in the top of the 5th. And this is really what the Pippins needed, is Magrizi to go deep into this game with a doubleheader tomorrow and already a thin pitching staff. If they can get 7 out of Joe, that would be the desirable outcome. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Trevor Rosenberg in a 2-0 ball game, a backdoor breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Rosenberg went down looking in his first at-bat. 2 San Diego natives. Here's the kick in the 0-1. Slider down and away, and it's 1-1. I believe Joe even told me at one point that it was either distant relatives or friends of some capacity. I apologize for not remembering exactly what it was, but he knows Rosenberg. The 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-2. Trevor Rosenberg from Carlsbad, California. Suburb of Joe's hometown of San Diego, although Joe's originally from Las Vegas. The kick in the 1-2. Fastball high and in, 2-2. 1 on, nobody out. 2-0 Pippins lead, top of the 5th. McGreasy hasn't struck out a batter since the 3rd. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup, strike 3. And there's the 7th strikeout for McGreasy, 2 down. And now to bring up Alex Garcia. Garcia entered the game last half inning for Matt Boisenalt behind the plate. Boisenalt played 3 innings behind the plate, struck out once, and is replaced by Garcia with a right-hander warming in the bullpen for Port Angeles. That is not Frankie Scalzo, who was up earlier. Instead, that's Zach Tressimer, who the Pippins have seen before in that rain-canceled game back in Port Angeles. 2-0 Pippins, 2 outs, the pitch. Garcia takes a fastball right down the middle, 0-1. In fact, Joe was not only born in Las Vegas, he was born at the same hospital as Nick Israel, the Pippins' third baseman, who is a native of Henderson, Nevada. Kick in the 0-1. Fastball up high, 1-1. Joe moved to San Diego for high school. Attended 2 different high schools, Rancho Bernardo, which is where the Dean brothers went to school, and also Torrey Pines, which is where he graduated from. The 1-1 popped up, foul ground, first base side. Welch at first gives chase, but that one lands up near the top of the seats and then bounces out and into the concourse. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Alex Garcia, right-handed hitting catcher. The Pippins ahead 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. Bases clear, 2 down. McGreasy about to fire his 60th pitch of the night. If he can get out of the 5th with 60 pitches, that would be huge. 1-2 pitch to Garcia. Fastball up high, 2-2. We'll take at least 61, but remember, Joe needed 102 to get through 4 2/3 last week. Twists and winds, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a low fastball. 8 strikeouts for Joe McGreasy, and it's a 1-2-3 5th. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at the Orchard. Pippins leading 2-0 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
Two 2-0 Pippins on top as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Noah Andrews to lead it off for the Pippins. And then James Bell and Luke Schwartz, the 7, 8, 9 portion of the Yakima Valley order against righty Tyler Tan, back out there for his 5th inning of work as the starter. He's pitched well, but the Pippins lead 2-0. First pitch to Andrews. A curveball down and in. 1 ball and no strikes on Noah. Here's the set and the 1-0 pitch from Tam. Breaking ball, wrapped towards third, picked up by Fugit on the infield grass. He hurls to first, high throw, and Andrews is safe as it pulled Christian off the bag. Christian had to leap to grab that, could not apply the tag on Noah Andrews, and Justin Fugit had 25 hours to throw and still threw high. And Darren Westergaard wants a word with Kyle Katz, and he just really wanted Katz to talk it over with Brendan Lynch behind the plate. I mean, Fugit had all day to set and throw. It was a short throw, too, from the infield grass. He threw on to first and still missed high, and he's safe. That was a quick meeting. No changing of the call there. First error committed by Port Angeles, and E5 committed by Justin Fugit. Miles Klotz here at Yakima County Stadium. Austin and McKenna on the controls on the video side of things. 1 on, nobody out. 2-0 Pippins, bottom of the 5th. James Bell digs in with the third baseman Fugit in on the grass. First pitch. Bell takes a slider on the outside corner for a called first strike. James walked in his first at-bat on 5 pitches against Tan, the only free pass issued by either side today. Set and the 0-1. Tan delivers, and there's a slicing fly ball out of play right side. No 0-2 on Bell. Justin Jacobs, acting manager for today and Game 1 tomorrow, while Marcus McKimmey serves his 2-game suspension. Gives the signs at third. Dustin Brader coaching first today. Slight lead off first for Andrews. Middle infield, double play depth. 2-strike pitch. Bell takes on the outside corner with a fastball, strike 3. The third strikeout for Tan and the first out for the Pippins here in the last half of the 5th inning. One on, one out for Luke Schwartz. Righty versus righty matchup, 2-0 Pippins, bottom 5. Middle infield at double play depth. Fugit even with the bag at third. Outfield straightaway pitch. Fastball drops in on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. And perhaps it's been overlooked in how dominant Joe Magrice's been for the Pippins, 5 shutout innings. But Tyler Tan's been really efficient, really effective for the Lefties after that 2-run second. Nothing besides that, just 1 walk. And 1 hit outside of that inning. Rainbow toss over to first. And Andrews easily back in on a throw that didn't even look like Tan was actually trying to get him out, more just trying to keep Andrews honest. Schwartz flied to left in his first at-bat. The pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike, and Luke falls behind here 0-2. Andrews reached on an E5. The 0-2. Line shot, right center field. Groff over to his left. He doesn't get there. It bounces to the gap and rolls to the wall. Schwartz with an extra base hit. Andrews held it third, and Luke Schwartz has a double. Man, he is turning it on with a bat. 2 in scoring position, 1 out. And we've talked about it before, but that would be such an advantage for the Pippins if Luke Schwartz, already one of the best defenders in center field, can start to turn things on with a bat, and he drilled that ball. Now Nick DiCarlo will hit with 2 in scoring position, 1 out in a 2-0 ball game, bottom of the 5th, Pippins leading. Infield in for the Lefties. Here's the pitch to DiCarlo. Change up taken at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Nick with a couple of flyouts to center and 2 trips to the plate tonight. We're an hour and 2 minutes in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 on, 1 out. 2-0 Pippins, bottom 5. Right on right. Garcia sets up down and out, and the pitch misses down and in the dirt with a changeup, and it's 1-1 on DiCarlo. 2 RBIs on the year on the Pippins returner. Playing in his 7th game of the 2019 season, DiCarlo without an extra base hit so far. This would be a good spot for one with the outfield very deep and the infield in. There's plenty of green grass in the outfield right now. The 1-1, breaking ball, hit in the air, left center field. Rourke over to his left, has room, makes the catch. Andrews tags from third. The throw is offline, not in time. It's a sacrifice fly. Andrews scores, and it's 3-0 Pippins. Nick DiCarlo does his job. It didn't hit the green grass, but it was hit to the green grass. And a sacrifice fly brings home the 3rd run of the ball game and the 3rd RBI of the season for Nick DiCarlo. And now Tanner Parker will bat with 2 down. Schwartz still at second, 2 away. Pippins lead 3-0, bottom of the 5th. Andrews in on an unearned run charged to Tyler Tan after Noah reached on an E5. Right versus left, pitch to Parker. Fastball down and outside, 1-0. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Kelowna 2, Corvallis 2. That game in the 4th inning in Corvallis. Ridgefield trying to snap Cowlitz's 3-0 start in the second half. 4-2 Raptors on top, bottom 4. Wenatchee leading Bellingham, 3-2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Kicking the 1-0. Parker swings and misses. He was in front of a changeup, and it's 1-1. And Victoria trailing Bend 2-1. That game in the top of the 4th in Bend. 3-0 Pippins, bottom of the 5th. Schwartz at second with 2 down. Left-handed hitting Parker 0 for 2 today. Tan sets shoulder high, peers to second, now delivers. And hits the outside corner with a changeup for strike 2. And it is 1-2 on Parker, who has bounced out to second and lined to short in 2 trips. Base hit here would extend the Pippins lead. They lead 3-0, bottom 5th. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, right side of the infield for Palmajani. He waits on it, fields belt high, throws on a first. And a 4-3 ground out to end the bottom of the 5th. But the Pippins get 1 unearned run on a sac fly from Nick DiCarlo. And at the end of 5 at the Orchard, it is 3-0 Yakima Valley on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Top of the order for Port Angeles, top of the 6th. Pippins leading 3-0 after a run comes in the bottom of the 5th, and Gavin Rourke to lead it off. The left-handed hitter, 1 for 2 on the day, facing Joe McGreasy, who works quickly the first pitch. A changeup up high, ball 1. That might have been the curveball, actually, to Rourke. Native of Arlington, Washington, up north, the 1-0. There is a curveball. That is at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. Will be a sophomore at Seattle University in the fall. Didn't have a great freshman season, but he's been hitting the ball pretty well for the lefties. Infield, outfield, straight away, 1-1. There's a fastball outside, 2-1 on Rourke. Compact frame, 5'11", 158. Runs a 3.8 down the line. The 2-1. There's a curveball in for a strike in the inside corner, and Joe has never used the curveball this much in one at-bat, but Rourke has punished his fastball already today. 3-0 Pippins, top of the 6th. Joe looking for his 9th strikeout and his 3rd consecutive. Shakes off the first sign from Bell. Now they're on the same page, the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him on the outside, changeup. McGreasy wanted that changeup. He threw it, and he gets his 3rd consecutive strikeout, 9th on the day, 1 out here in the 6th. And with 1 out, the base is empty. It'll bring up Justin Fugit. And it won't. It'll bring up Evan Hearn, the pinch hitter. So Hearn will pinch hit for the lefties. And there will have to be some sort of defensive substitution at 3rd, and Hearn pops the first pitch foul off to the left. Evan Hearn out of Sequim, Washington, one of the, I'm going to use air quotes here, suburbs of Port Angeles. He is out of Marshall University, and he's hitting 189 on the year, and he takes a change-up at the knees, and he falls behind in the count 0-2. 3-0 Pippins, top 6. Fugit, who was subbed out, was 0-2, so his 6-game hitting streak comes to a close. The 0-2 to Hearn. Change up in the dirt. Good block by Bell. It's 1-2. Hearn 1 for his last 17 at the dish. Port Angeles looking for offense of any kind. The 1-2. Change up at the knees. Strike 3 called. Hearn didn't like the call, but he's rung up 4 consecutive punch-outs for Joe McGreasy, his 10th on the day, 2 away here in the 6th. Joe at 70 pitches with 2 outs in the 6th, and it brings up Matthew Christian, who's tripled and flied to deep left in 2 at-bats today. Right versus right, the infield deep, very deep. First pitch. Christian hits it softly back to the backstop, 0-1. 3-0 Pippins, top of the 6th. A run in on the bottom of the 5th on a Nick DiCarlo sacrifice fly. Brought home Noah Andrews. 0-1 changeup. Topped foul off the plate, and it's 0-2 on Christian. And McGreasy looking for his 5th consecutive strikeout. Would be his 11th overall. Kick in the 0-2. Ground ball hit left side for Parker, the shortstop. Makes the snag, throws on a first. Stretch by Welch in time. Nice play by Aiden Welch at first. And James Bell there to back him up and pat him on the back. And it's a 1-2-3 6th inning for Joe McGreasy. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Pippins on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
On to the bottom of the 6th. Pippins leading 3-0 over Port Angeles. And Kyle Dean, Brady Hormel, and Aiden Welch, middle of the order. 3-4-5 to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Set and the first pitch right on right. Tyler Tan, the right-hander, delivers and hits the knees with a curveball, 0-1. Defensive substitution for the lefties, Evan Hearn, who pinch hit for Justin Fugit in the top of the 6th, stays in at third. The 0-1, a fastball on the outside corner to Dean, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Kyle Dean. The pitch. Hit foul out of play, off to the right, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Pippins lead 3-0, bottom of the 6th. Kyle Dean, the reigning West Coast League batting champion out of Cal State Monterey Bay, 0-2. Fastball tails well outside. They tried to get him to chase, and he did not oblige. Ball and 2 strikes on Dean, who I know Marcus McKimmey had been trying to get Dean back on the team for a long time. Even going back as far as before the calendar flipped to 2019. 1-2. Dean hits a breaking ball, foul off to the right where it nearly hit a woman who thankfully was paying attention, because the woman sitting next to her has her foot in a cast and obviously cannot activate her reflexes as quickly as normal. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Dean here on mid-July, he's finally here with his brother Tyler. The 1-2. Hit hard down the third baseline, but foul. Skips over the Pippins bullpen. Ball and 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Pippins ahead 3-0, bottom of the 6th. Dean's little brother Tyler, who's not in the lineup today, but was yesterday, he'll be headed to St. Edward's University in Austin, Texas in the fall. Left side of the infield really deep here. The 1-2. Change up wrapped down the third baseline. That is a base hit into left field. And Rourke mishandles it in left, and then it gets caught in the cage, separating the Pippins bullpen from the street. And so it's an automatic double for Kyle Dean. In the real sense, that is what a ground rule double is. It's a double defined by the ground rules of the ballpark. One of them being that if a ball gets caught in the cage, it's an automatic double. So that is a true ground rule double, one based on the ground rules of the stadium. And Dean's got his first base hit of the summer with the Pippins. In a runner in scoring position here for Yakima Valley with nobody out. Now the corners play in. Evan Hearn into the game at third. And Christian at first, nobody out. Brady Hormel to the plate. Tan delivers. And there's a soft fly ball. Shallow center, Rosenberg back. He's not going to get there. It's a base hit into center field. Hormel with a bloop single, and now runners on the corners, nobody out. And Tyler Tan in some trouble here in the 6th. A bloop single for Brady Hormel. And now pitching coach Mike Spears out to the mound for Port Angeles to have a word with the right-hander from Skagit Valley College. Right-hander Zach Tressimer is in the bullpen for Port Angeles. He's been warming up on and off for several innings at this point. Meeting on the mound here between Mike Spears, the pitching coach, catcher Alex Garcia, and right-hander Tyler Tan, who's now allowed 6 hits on the day. Home plate umpire Brendan Lynch going to try and push this meeting to a close. There'll be runners on the corners, no outs. And Aiden Welch, who is 2 for 2, coming to the plate. Bellingham has taken a 5-3 lead over the Wenatchee Apple Sox, that game in the 4th inning in Wenatchee. Make that 6-3, another run scored as we speak. Despite Bellingham being on their 3rd pitcher of the day, Ridgefield still leads Cowlitz 4-2, top 5, and Bend over Victoria 3-1 in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Welch slices it foul, right side, 0-1. Aiden with singles through the left side of the infield in both the 2nd and the 4th innings, and if he wants to hit it there, it's wide open. The middle infield is shaded very close to the bag, double play depth. Hearn at 3rd is close to the bag at 3rd, keeping Dean close. And Christian holds it first, so wide holes on both the left and right sides of the infield. 0-1 to Welch. Slider tails down and away, 1-1. And now the lefties are really going to get that bullpen working. Right-hander Zach Tressimer appears ready to go any moment now. This could be Tan's last batter if Welch reaches. Runners on the corners, no outs. Pippins ahead, 3-0. Last half of the 6th inning from the Orchard. Long pier home. Right-hander fires. And it hit him! A breaking ball up and in, hit Welch on the shoulder. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out for Nick Israel. And Mike Spears out of the dugout, shouting something down to the bullpen. But no signs of a pitching change. And it appears they are going to let Tyler Tan pitch to Nick Israel. Switch hitter, bats left-handed. With the bases loaded, nobody out, and the Pippins can really break this one open here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Infield in for the lefties, outfield deep. Really deep. Dean at third, Hormel at second, Welch at first. The first pitch, line shot over the head of the shortstop Rosenberg into left field for a base hit. Dean scores, Hormel held at third. It's an RBI single for Nick Israel the opposite way, and it's 4-0 Yakima Valley. His second RBI hit of the day. And the bases remain loaded. Still nobody out. And that will do it for Tyler Tan. The right-hander is done for the day as Darren Westergaard comes to the mound. Exits with the bases loaded, no outs. And a new pitcher coming in for the lefties. We'll tell you about him after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
New pitcher into the game for Port Angeles. It's the right-hander Zach Tressimer out of UC San Diego, making his 6th appearance of the season. 0-1 on the year, a 6.75 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks over 6 2/3 innings of work. Opponents hitting .320 off of the native of Elk Grove, California. Last pitched on Monday against Corvallis, allowed 2 earned runs on 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a hit in 3 innings of relief. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pippins already with a run home this inning. Noah Andrews at the plate with the corners in. The pitch, a fastball at the letters for strike 1. Andrews with an RBI and a run scored today, but he's 0 for 2. Hormel at third, Welch at second, Israel at first. Israel with an opposite field single. The 0-1 ground ball back up the middle. Palmajani, second baseman. It goes right under his glove and into center field. Hormel is in. Welch around third. He scores. And an error leads to 2 runs, and the Pippins lead it 6-0. Damiano Palmajani tried to glove it, and it went right underneath his glove. Would have been an easy double play. Instead, 2 runs are in, and it's 6-0 Pippins. And James Bell comes to the plate. Runners on the corners. Still nobody out here in the 6th. 6-0 lead. Here's the pitch to Bell. Fastball high and in, 1-0. Sixth inning brought to you by the Yakima Herald-Republic. YakimaHerald.com, your best sources for local sports, news, entertainment, and lifestyle information from across Central Washington. Call 575-7755 to subscribe to a print or digital package today. Here's the 1-0. Bell takes a slider on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. The Yakima Herald-Republic, they tell your stories. So no RBIs for Andrews on the error, but he did hit the ball, put it in play, and that's what putting the ball in play can do for you. Andrews at first, Israel at third. Noah takes off. That pitch is inside. Throw down a second. Offline. Tag. Not in time. Runner comes home, and Israel scores. And then the ball gets away from the catcher, and Noah Andrews is going to take third, and he'll be in there without a throw. Another error. Israel scores. It's 7-0 Pippins, and Andrews makes it up to third. And that was something else. Pitch was called a strike, so it's 1-2 on Bell. And it's 7-0 the Pippins with a 4-run sixth inning, still no outs. And all of those runs charged to Tyler Tan. If Andrews scores at third, he'll be the first one charged to Tressimer, but it would be unearned. Corners in with a 1-2 count on Bell. Look to third and the pitch. Bell hits it high, first base side. Christian Fields comes home with it, and did he avoid the tag? He did not. Andrews is out at home, so it's a 1-2 fielder's choice. Bell reaches first, and there's now one out here in the bottom of the sixth. So the official ruling from the scorer, Alex, is a stolen base for Andrews at second. Israel scores on a steal of home, and an E4 allowed Andrews, or an E4 allowed Andrews to reach third. Yes. Here's the first pitch to Luke Schwartz, a breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. 4 runs across this inning for the Pippins. 3 of them earned. All charged to Tyler Tan. His final line, 5 innings, 7 runs, 6 earned. The 0-1 to Schwartz. Fastball on the inside corner, 0-2. Luke with a double in his last at-bat. He is 1 for 2 today. Bell at first, 1 out. Pippins ahead, 7-0. The pitch. Breaking ball rolled softly back to the mound. Tressimer fields, turns and goes to second, and they get the lead runner, Bell. So another fielder's choice. Schwartz gets to first, and 2 outs now for Nick DiCarlo. DiCarlo bats with 1 on, 2 outs. Pippins leading 7-0 here in the bottom of the sixth. The pitch. Check swing. He went around, and it's 0-1 on DiCarlo, who hit a sacrifice fly back in the 5th. No balls and a strike. They've now changed the scoring, so all of the runs in this inning are unearned to Tyler Tan, who finishes with just 2 earned runs on the day, 7 total. 4 errors for the Lefties, the 0-1. Soft ground ball hit third base side, and it bounces foul, 0-2. So with that, the final line on Tan, 5+ innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, only 2 of which were earned. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. And it's still 0-2 on DiCarlo, a PA mess-up, as they announced Tanner Parker coming to the plate, even though it was just a foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes on DiCarlo. The pitch. Soft fly ball over the head of Christian at first, but foul, and it stays 0-2. This inning started with a double from Kyle Dean, then Hormel singled. Aiden Welch hit by a pitch. Nick Israel with an opposite field single, and then it was a jumble of errors that allowed Israel to score and make it a 4-run inning. Set in the 0-2. Tressimer kicks and deals. Check swing on a low and outside breaking ball. No appeal, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Now a late appeal, and Kyle Katz says he did not go. Pippins leading 7-0, bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 pitch. DiCarlo hits it on the ground to shortstop. Rosenberg takes the tough hop, throws on a first, and gets the out there, and the inning is over. But the Pippins collect 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and they leave 1 stranded. We're through 6 here at the Orchard. Yakima Valley leading at 7-0 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
Baxter Halligan leads off the 7th inning for Port Angeles in a 7-0 ball game. Here at the Orchard, Halligan, Schauwecker, and Groff for the Lefties against Joe McGreasy, who has set down 8 in a row. Halligan the last to reach on an error. First pitch, fastball outside, 1-0. An error back in the 4th. Lefties haven't had a batter reach safely since a 3rd inning single from Gavin Rourke against Joe McGreasy. Kicking the 1-0. Change up in for a strike at the knees, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on McGreasy.
Okay.
McGreasy shakes off a sign, now kicks and deals the 1-1. Fastball, tap back foul, 1-2. McGreasy after that last pitch, now up to 76 offerings on the night, and given that he went 100 plus in his last start, figure he'd probably be around that same range tonight. So in good shape to go perhaps 8 if he can get through this 7th quickly. The 1-2. Halligan takes a backdoor breaking ball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. McGreasy no walks through 6 innings after 6 and 4 2/3 in his last start. That has been the biggest reason he's been able to go so deep. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe kicks, deals. Ground ball hit towards first and past Welch and into right field for a base hit. Baxter Halligan with a leadoff single here in the 7th for Port Angeles. Now the Pippins have plenty of room to work with a 7-0 lead, but it's not a very deep bullpen right now, particularly after the suspension of Nick Brown, who I think the Pippins were counting on, especially tomorrow, for 14 innings of baseball. 7-0 Port Angeles trailing, top of the 7th. They've got 1 on, nobody out for C.J. Schauwecker. First pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0, and now Joe's starting to miss his spots a little bit. Steps off the rubber and readjusts himself momentarily. 1 ball, no strikes on Schauwecker. 0 for 2 today, strikeout and a ground out. Slight lead off first for Halligan. The kick in the 1-0. Check swing. Fastball misses down and away, 2-0. Bell held it for a second, trying to get the call, and never got it. Here's the 80th pitch from Joe McGreasy on the night. No outs in the 7th. Pippins have spotted him a 7-run lead. The pitch. Sliced foul, left side. It's 2-1. Schauwecker only got about 20 at-bats as a freshman at Grand Canyon. So this summer's been an opportunity for him to hit on an everyday basis. Not hitting for as much power as a 6'3", 230-pound first baseman might normally hit. Lifts this one in the air, left field. Dean coming on, long run to his right, and he must have lost that one in the lights as it drops in for a base hit. That definitely should have been caught. And back-to-back hits for Port Angeles here to start the 7th. But that almost certainly should have been caught by Dean. And now Ethan Groff steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Not much of a hitter, so an opportunity here to get an out, but wouldn't be surprised to see him lay a bunt down in a 7-0 ball game, top of the 7th. See if McGreasy can work out of this. Neither runner being held. Turn and a look to second. Now the first pitch. Groff not bunting, hitting, and he fouls it out of play, right side, 0-1. Groff is fly to center, bounced out to first in 2 trips today. Seven nothing Yakima Valley, top of the 7th inning. McGreasy looks at second, now fires. And a curveball. Groff bent down, and it hit him on the helmet, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And McGreasy is not happy with home plate umpire Brendan Lynch. Shoots a word at him, and this might trigger a mound visit from pitching coach Rob Hippie. McGreasy running into some trouble for the first time today, and now a pinch hitter, Connor Denning, comes to the plate. Pinch hitting for Damiano Palmagiani with the bases loaded. Nobody out, and the Pippins leading 7-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. Denning, a switch hitter, bats left-handed against McGreasy. As the Pippins start to get the bullpen active with a right-hander down there. And this is going to trigger a mound visit from Rob Hippie, and he's looking to the bullpen. The righty A.J. Wood has not been warming up nearly long enough to be ready, but this is going to be an opportunity to give Wood some time. 7-0 Pippins, but things getting dicey with the bases loaded, no outs in the top of the 7th. It was a single, a soft single that maybe should have been caught, and then a hit by pitch on a curveball that has loaded the bases here. And a pretty brief mound visit. Denning having a good year, hitting .320 on the season, but he has not played much this last month for whatever reason. Bases loaded, nobody out. Denning the switch hitter. With Halligan at third, Schauwecker at second, Groff at first. McGreasy fires. Fastball on the outside corner. Started him with a fastball, started him with a strike, 0-1. And cannot understate how important a first pitch strike is in this situation. Good opportunity for McGreasy to work himself out of some trouble. Something he has not had to do much this season. Delivers the 0-1. Denning slices it down the right field line, foul off the top of the picnic deck. And it's 0-2 on Denning, and we'll see if McGreasy decides to go with the changeup here to a left-handed batter. 2 strikes in the count. Joe has struck out 10 today. 7-0 Pippins, top 7. Bases loaded, nobody out. Trevor Rosenberg on deck. Joe set, shoulder high. The pitch. Changeup in the dirt. Really good block by Bell, 1-2. Could not get Denning to chase. On the breaker. Right-hander A.J. Wood warming in the Pippins pen. Wood, who the last couple of days has been the bullpen catcher, now pitching in the bullpen. Here's the set and the 1-2. McGreasy fires. Fastball taken high and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's not giving Denning anything to hit here, and that's wise, given Denning's success at the plate this season, hitting .320 with an .804 on-base plus slugging. And 8 RBIs on the year, but he is strikeout prone. Nearly 30% of the time, the 2-2. Grounded foul, right side, out of play. And nearly hit a young fan past the picnic deck down the first base line. Denning, in fact, strikes out 34% of the time, and Heach currently has 2 strikes in the count here, 2-2. Bases loaded, nobody out in a 7-run game in the 7th. Pippins leading 7-0. The 2-2 pitch. Change up, hit foul, third base side, and Denning keeping himself alive here, still 2-2. McGreasy running into some trouble. That was his 90th pitch of the night. I'm sure the Pippins would have loved to get him through this 7th, and they're hoping that he can do just that. Denning, the pinch hitter, entered for Damiano Palmigiani, who was 0 for 2. 2-2. Fouled back. Fastball hit to the screen, and a really good battle forming here between the switch-hitting shortstop out of Phoenix, who enters for Damiano Palmigiani, who is at second. Two balls, 2 strikes. McGreasy really needs a strikeout here. Righty shields his face with a glove, now readies. Looks at second quickly. And steps off and fakes a throw to Shawwecker. Halligan at third, he reached on a single. Shawwecker with a soft single to left. Ethan Groff at first with a hit by pitch. McGreasy in a jam, bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the 2-2. Got him swinging with a changeup. Went up high with a breaking ball, and Denning was way out in front of it. A huge out, number 1, to bring up Trevor Rosenberg. Base is loaded, 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Pippins leading 7-0. And Joe McGreasy will pitch to Rosenberg, who has struck out in both trips to the plate, and then Alex Garcia, who has struck out in his only trip to the plate. Right versus right. Here's the pitch to the light-hitting shortstop. Fastball taken below the knees, ball 1. Bases still loaded, but now a ball on the ground could end the inning if played right by the Pippins infield. And again, a force at any base, so if they feel they need to come home because they might not have a double play in order, they can do that too. The 1-0 pitch. Slider on the outside corner. Well, that was not, he doesn't throw a slider, but that curveball had more slider action. And it's 1-1 on Trevor Rosenberg. Strikeout looking in the 3rd, swinging in the 5th. McGreasy sets down Connor Denning after a real good battle. Now the kick in the 1-1. Fastball fouled back off to the right, 1-2. Rosenberg got a good hack at that. Halligan at 3rd, Shawwecker at 2nd, Groff at 1st. 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Pippins ahead, 7-0. McGreasy set out of the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball down low, 2-2. Could not get Rosenberg to chase the low fastball. The 97th pitch of the night for Joe coming up. With 1 out in the 7th. His 2-2. Breaking ball, hit foul right side, and first base coach Jeff Jameson, the utility player, with some energetic moves to dance out of the way of that breaking ball that was hit the opposite side. Every runner leads. Two-two. Here's the pitch. Joe fires. Fly ball, right field, foul out of play, stays 2-2. A.J. Wood continuing to ready in the Pippins bullpen. McGreasy fighting some real battles here after loading the bases. His longest inning of the night. but he can still throw up a 0 with a good pitch here. The 2-2 to Rosenberg. Line shot off of McGreasy's glove. Fielded by DeCarlo. Goes to second for 1. On to first, a double play. What a play! 1-4-6-3, and the Pippins get out of it. No damage done. Stretch time at the Orchard. 7-0 Yakima Valley on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley. Your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware. Hardware supplies and competitive prices.
Seven nothing Yakima Valley as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And what an exciting top half of the inning. Tanner Parker to lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Pippins, looking to add insurance against Zach Tressimer. He'll be followed by Kyle Dean and then Brady Hormel. 2-3-4 here against Zach Tressimer. There's a line shot, caught at first by Christian. 1 out. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Kyle Dean, first pitch. Softly hit towards first, fielded by Christian, takes to the bag himself, and that's 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. It was a 1-4-6-3 double play, turned by the Pippins in the top of the 7th. And it's still 7-0 after the Lefties loaded the bases with no outs. Tressimer ready to Brady Hormel, who is 1 for 3 today, the pitch. Fastball taken away, 1 ball and no strikes. Hormel a single, a strikeout, and a pop out, 1 for 3 so far. Here's the set from Tressimer and the 1-0. Fastball outside, 2-0. A.J. Wood still tossing in the Pippins bullpen. Seems likely he'll take over in the 8th after Joe McGreasy eking upon 100 pitches in his 7 scoreless frames. 2-0. The 2-0, the count on Hormel. 7-0, the Pippins lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Hormel scored a run in that 4-run 6th. The 2-0. He takes a fastball down and out, and it's 3-0 on Brady. What an exciting game. It's rare you find a 7-0 game that's had this level of excitement in it. The Pippins definitely carrying over some momentum. 3-0. Fastball on the outside corner, called a strike, and it's 3-1 on Hormel. Left-hand batter who doesn't walk a whole lot. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Cowlitz trailing Ridgefield 4-2 in the 5th. Wenatchee 7, Bellingham 6 in the 5th. Victoria 3, Bend 3 in the 6th. Fastball misses outside on 3-1, and it's a 5-pitch walk to Brady Hormel. And a 2-out base runner for the Pippins in the last half of the 7th inning. Now Aiden Welch bats. Here's the kick and the pitch to Welch, who has reached in all 3 trips to the plate today, and he takes a fastball down and in. And it's 1-0 on the Pippins first baseman with 1 on, 2 outs. Pippins ahead 7-0 bottom of the 7th. Tressimer kicks and delivers. And a breaking ball on the outside corner, called a strike, 1-1. Zach Tressimer, a native of the Sacramento area. Spent some time in junior college before heading to UC San Diego this past year, where he threw just 14 innings. Is 1-1. A slider that misses down and out, 2-1. Hormel at first after a 2-out walk following 2 outs on 2 pitches to start the inning for Tressimer, who pitched against the Pippins in that rain-canceled game 2 weeks ago in Port Angeles. The 2-1. Fastball in the dirt, gets all the way to the backstop, and Hormel takes second on the wild pitch. And now a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. And the count remains 3-1 on Aiden Welch. 7-0 ball game, bottom of the 7th. Tressimer's father, Mike, made it to AAA in the Royals organization after a playing career at UC Santa Barbara. The 3-1 pitch. Hit in the air, right center field, fairly well hit. Groff, the center fielder, over to his left. He's called off by Halligan in right, who puts it away in the right center gap. And that is the inning. Pippins strand a 2-out walk. And at the end of 7, it's 7-0 Yakima Valley here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Concession stands throughout the orchard.
Tailgaters Bar and Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Seven 0 Pippins as we go to the top of the 8th, and a new pitcher into the game for Yakima Valley. It's right-hander A.J. Wood making his 10th appearance of the season, 8th in relief. The right-hander from Sacramento, California, has a 2.7 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 10 walks over 20 innings of work, and opponents are hitting .250 off of the Central Washington Wildcat, who will face the 9-1-2 part of the order for Port Angeles. Joe Magrici on the hook for the win, which would be his 3rd win of the year if he could pick it up. His 2nd win, excuse me, if he could pick it up. He was fantastic. 7 shutout innings, 4 hits, no earned, no walks, 11 Ks. 8th inning brought to you by Shirtworks in Ellensburg, the official provider of apparel of the Yakima Valley Pippins. From practice gear to everyday athletic apparel and silk screening to embroidery, Shirtworks is the go-to vendor for all your sports apparel needs. Give Shirtworks a call at 509-925-3469 or visit them at 100 West University Way in Ellensburg. New hitter into the game for the Lefties as Nick DePonzio pinch hits for Alex Garcia. So the Lefties will need to make a substitution at catcher in the bottom of the 8th. DePonzio, who started yesterday's game and did not have a hit, pinch hits here in the top of the 8th inning with the Pippins leading by a score of 7-0. So it'll be DePonzio, then Rourke, then Hearn. First pitch from A.J. Wood. Sliced foul, left side, 0-1. That's one thing that the Lefties do, is they make a ton of substitutions. They have a big roster and they get everybody in whenever possible. Infield deep and straight away. Outfield normal depth and straight away. Wood the 0-1. Fastball at the knees for a strike. And it's 0-2. A.J. pitching last Sunday in Portland, gave up 1 earned run in 1 inning of relief, 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. And the Pippins sure hoping he can get the final 2 innings of this ball game and then have a mostly filled pitching staff for tomorrow. The kick in the 0-2. And now time called. My assumption would be Tristan Vreeling is going to start one of the games tomorrow. I think the Pippins would like A.J. Wood to finish this off and then have Jack Gonzalez start the second game. That is what I think the Pippins will do, but that's purely my speculation. Vreeling is set to start at least one of the 2 games, the 0-2. Chop foul, right side. Pippins have not used Jack Gonzalez in several days. He would be warm and rested and has gone multiple innings out of the pen. Has started games before. Marcus McKimmey has mentioned that there is a chance that he could pitch in relief or as a starter at some point this year. So tomorrow seems like a good opportunity to. Bo Henderson would also be an option, the 0-2. Fastball in the dirt, a ball and 2 strikes. Henderson, who is available out of the pen tonight but has not pitched. And if Wood can do what the Pippins are hoping, they'll hope that they can save Henderson for tomorrow in that doubleheader. The 1-2 pitch. Rolled back foul to the right side, and it's 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. 7-0 Pippins here in the 8th. And we're not going to get a 2-hour game as we're about an hour and 55 minutes in. But we could get one of the quicker games of the season so far, despite the score being 7-0. The 1-2 pitch. Wood delivers. Fastball. Taken down and in, 2-2. The whole infield started to walk off to throw it around the horn, but no call there on the fastball. New first base coach for the Lefties, it's infielder Nick Berry, who is now coaching first. 2-2 pitch. Wood delivers. There's a line shot. Parker, the shortstop, backs up a step and makes the catch on the edge of the outfield grass. And it's a pop out to start the top of the 8th against A.J. Wood. And now Gavin Rourke will come to the plate. Rourke is 1 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a single for the native of Arlington, Washington. And he bats here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Pippins leading it 7-0. A.J. Wood ready, with Israel coming in at third, now backs up. First pitch. Rourke with a soft ground ball right side of the infield. This could be a tough one. Fielded by DiCarlo, throws to first, not in time. He's so fast. Holy moly, DiCarlo took way too much time on that ball, and Rourke beat it out, not even a question, too. Rourke was flying down the line. DiCarlo did not charge that ball much. And he turns a soft ground ball into a single. And now Evan Hearn digs in. Nope, a pinch hitter. No, it is Evan Hearn. Evan Hearn digs in. Here's the pitch to Hearn, the left-handed batter, 0 for 1 today. It's a fly ball, left field, foul. 0-1. Hearn struck out looking against Joe Magrici in his first at-bat. 1 on, 1 out, 7-0 Pippins lead here in the 8th. Gavin Rourke at first with excellent speed. He is really, really quick. You can't teach speed, and he's got as good as it gets in terms of running. The 0-1 pitch, Rourke takes off. Fastball in for a strike. Bell's throw way offline, and Rourke steals second safely. Even an on-target throw probably doesn't get him. Rourke feels like the type of player that a pro organization, even if he never hits enough in college, might just take a flyer on and hope that you can just teach him how to hit, because his speed makes him so valuable. Every time he gets on base, he's a lock to get to second, maybe even third. 1 on, 1 out. The 0-2 pitch here to Hearn. Wood gives a look back to second and delivers. Breaking ball, missed up and away, and Bell immediately asks for time, and I think he got crossed up with Wood because Bell was set up in a different spot, had to jump up a little bit to try and catch that breaking ball. Now a bat boy gives some bats to the home plate umpire here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Wood delivers. Hit back to the screen and gets lodged in the screen, and it stays 1-2 on Hearn. Matthew Christian waiting on deck. 7-0 Yakima Valley, top of the 8th inning. Rourke at second, 1 out. Join us tomorrow. Pregame begins at 4:20. Pippins will take on the Port Angeles Lefties in a doubleheader, starting at 4:35, 2 7-inning games. The 1-2. Breaking ball outside, 2-2. So it'll be 14 innings of baseball for your consumption. Tristan Vreeling will start one game. TBD will start the second. But if things hold, you'd figure it'd probably be Jack Gonzalez. Two and two, Wood pitching to Evan Hearn. Long look at second where Rourke leads. The pitch. Soft foul ball back to the screen. And another good battle here. I got to give Port Angeles credit. They have not put a run up on the board today, but they do battle consistently. Pretty much every at-bat they take, they are battling. Here's the pitch from AJ. The 2-2. Soft foul, out of play left side, and it stays 2-2. This is now the second game that Wood is exhibiting that new delivery that he's been working on. It's not totally different from what he used to do with his right foot on the edge of the third base side and his left foot well ahead. The difference is that instead of crouching over, he's now straight up when he sets. The results so far have been good. Here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and what an at-bat here from Evan Hearn, who has not swung the bat well the last couple of weeks. Cowlitz, the second half surge continues. They score 4 runs in the top of the 6th and lead Ridgefield 6-4 in the 7th. Victoria over Bend 6-3, top 6. Wenatchee leads Bellingham 7-6, top 6. Full count pitch from A.J. Wood. Rourke takes off for third. The pitch is driven deep to right field. Andrews back towards the wall. He turns up. That ball's gone. Oh, it's off the bottom of the wall. It didn't leave. What the heck? Looked like it left. Andrews seemed to play it like it left. Didn't sound off the wall at all. Either way, Evan Hearn's got an RBI double. And Gavin Rourke scores. That must have hit off the absolute top of the wall because the way Andrews reacted, it seemed like the ball had left the yard. But instead, it's just a double for Hearn. A run is in, and it's 7-1, so no shutout tonight. Port Angeles starting to chip away as Matthew Christian digs in with Hearn at second and 1 out here in the 8th inning. First pitch right on right. Fastball below the knees, ball 1, and this is a little tough for Wood. He gets ahead of Hearn, fighting, and then a lot of foul balls hit off, and Hearn wins the battle. One-0 pitch. Wood fires. Christian takes a fastball in the outside corner, strike one call. (7-1) Pippins in the top of the 8th. Port Angeles finally on the board, and they got another run waiting at second with one down. Matt Christian, who is 1 for 3 today. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball down and outside, 2-1, and Wood is nibbling right now. Not missing by much. Pippins don't have any action in the bullpen. They need AJ to get them through this 8th and in the 9th. Pippins will try and add some insurance in the bottom of the 8th, in which they'll send Israel, Andrews, and Bell to the plate. 2-1 pitch. Wood fires. Fastball at the knees, 2-2. And the count is even. Wood takes a few deep breaths. Readies for a big 2-2 pitch against Matt Christian. Here it comes. Slider caught on and missed, strike 3. Big pitch from Wood, and he strikes out the dangerous Christian for the second out here in the 8th inning. And Baxter Halligan now digging in. From the left side with Jack Gonzalez starting to throw in the Pippins bullpen. Again, I'm guessing, just all speculation, that the Pippins might want to save him for tomorrow, but we shall see. Right versus left here. Halligan is 1 for 3. He's had a nice series so far. The pitch. That's fouled back to the screen, 0-1. Man at second, 2 down. A run in for Port Angeles after an RBI double from Evan Hearn. So they will not be shut out. Jack Schlottman tossing in the bullpen for the Lefties. Frankie Scalzo has also been up at times. Kicking the 0-1. Wood deals. Fastball misses in the dirt, 1-1. Pippins also have Bo Henderson if needed. Of course, the suspension to Nick Brown really throws a wrench into things because he would have been used tomorrow when the Pippins need to complete 14 innings. Tanner Parker, there's a chance he could pitch. Kyle Dean threw a bullpen today. Possibility that he throws if needed. 1-1. Righty deals. Line shot. Right to third where Israel snags and the inning is over. And A.J. Wood gives up 1 run on a double. But gets out of it with no additional damage. And it's 7-1, the Pippins lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Here from the Orchard on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Join our Yakima YMCA.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
Go to the bottom of the 8th. Pippins descend 6-7-8 to the plate against a new right-hander into the game for the Lefties. Out of UC San Diego, it's Alpine, California native Jack Schlottman, who makes his 3rd appearance of the season. 20.25 ERA over 5 1/3 innings of work. The rising freshman at UCSD has allowed 5 walks, has struck out a pair over 5 1/3 innings, and opponents are hitting .379. Small sample size. He has not pitched since June 22nd in Walla Walla, in which he started and gave up 7 earned runs in 2 innings of work on 4 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout against the Sweets. Just graduated from Steel Canyon High School, the 6'4", 170-pound righty. Pitches with the Lefties trailing 7-1 in the bottom of the 8th. And it's Nick Israel, Noah Andrews, and James Bell to bat for the Pippins in the 8th. Get a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Cowlitz 6, Ridgefield 4, bottom of the 7th. Bellingham 8, Wenatchee 7, bottom of the 6th at Wenatchee as they keep trading leads. Victoria over Bend 8-3 in the top of the 6th. And then Kelowna taking on Corvallis, but they don't have the live stats working for some reason. First pitch to Nick Israel. Wow. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Misses down low. 1-0. Nick's had a nice game. A single and a double so far. 2 for 3. Also 2 RBIs for Israel. Hearn even with the bag at 3rd. Here's the 1-0. That's outside with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Schlottman, clearly some command troubles, given the stats so far. 5 walks in 5 1/3 innings. 2-0 pitch. Schlottman fires. And there's a swing and a miss. As Jeff Jameson starts to warm in the bullpen for Port Angeles, along with the left-hander in a sweatshirt. They're just tossing, though, and you figure try to get Schlottman through the 8th here and keep as much pitching as you can for 2 games tomorrow. The 2-1. Hit in the air, deep to right, but right at Halligan, who backs up a step, reaches out, and makes the shoulder-high grab for out number 1. And that'll bring up Noah Andrews, who's 0 for 3. Or it'll bring up Eddie Pelk, a pinch hitter. Pelk subs in for Andrews, who was 0 for 3 on the day. Here at the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. Eddie is 3 for 10 on the season. First pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. James Bell waiting on deck. Infield shifted a tad to the right with Hearn even at 3rd to the left-handed batter. 7-1 Pippins, bottom of the 8th, the pitch. Fastball, down and away, 1-1 on Pelk. Pippins, 7 runs on 7 hits and an error tonight. One run on 6 hits and 4 errors for the Lefties. There's a soft fly ball, shallow left field. Rourke saunters on and makes the catch. 2 outs. And now James Bell will dig in. James Bell on the day 0 for 2 with a walk and a couple of outs recorded. 1 strikeout, 1 fielder's choice. Bats with the bases empty, 2 away. 7-1 Pippins, bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the set from Schlottman. And the pitch. Bell takes a slider on the outside corner for a called first strike. Port Angeles in the top of the 9th inning will send Schauwecker, Groff, and Denning to the plate. 5, 6, and 7. Of course, barring pinch hitters, they love to use substitutions. Kicking the 1-0 from Schlottman. Chopper back foul through the legs of the home plate umpire, Brendan Lynch, and to the backstop, and it's 0-2 on Bell. 7 runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Pippins. 1 run on 6 hits, 4 errors for Port Angeles. The 0-2. Fouled back, and over the press box out of play, 0-2. Defensive substitution as well of note for Port Angeles as Tommy Takayoshi takes over behind the plate, the 3rd different catcher that the Lefties have had today. Connor Denning, who replaced Damiano Palmajani in the batting order, replaces him at 2nd as well. The 0-2 to Bell. Broken bat and hit foul right side. Not too often you see a broken bat on a foul ball. But Bell shatters his lumber. Third baseman Evan Hearn goes to pick up the other piece of the broken bat, and Bell will need a new bat. It stays 0-2 on Bell. Right versus right. James Bell back up to face against Jack Schlottman. S-C-H-L-O-T-M-A-N. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Schlottman. Sounds Yiddish. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a high fastball. A 1-2-3 8th inning for Jack Schlottman. On to the 9th inning. Pippins leading 7-1, trying to close out a W on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
We go to the 9th. Pippins trying to close out a W against the Port Angeles Lefties, and A.J. Wood back to the mound. And he will face 5, 6, 7. Barring any substitutions, it'll be C.J. Schauwecker, Ethan Groff, and then Connor Denning. But given the amount of pinch hitters the Lefties like to use and the 3 bats still available off the bench, no guarantee that it will be those 3 in order. Schauwecker to lead it off. He's 1 for 3 today, a soft single as last time. 7-1 Pippins in the top of the 9th inning, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak in league play and move to 2-3 in the second half. Here's the first pitch. Fastball outside from Wood, who worked around a RBI double to retire the side in the 8th. 1 run on 6 hits, 4 errors for the Lefties. 7 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for the Pippins. The 1-0 pitch. Soft line drive right to third, where Israel to his right gloves. 1 out in the 9th. Stay tuned for the post-game show to follow, presented by Treetop, where we will take a look at the biggest plays in this game. We'll take a look at the West Coast League scoreboard, and we'll take a look at the Major League scoreboard. Here's Ethan Groff, who is 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Wood, right on right. Soft ground ball back over the mound. Shortstop, or second baseman DiCarlo with an off-balance throw to first. He got him by a step. Nick DiCarlo with a heck of a play at second, 2 away. And it's the last chance now for the lefties. Connor Denning, the switch hitter batting left-handed, who struck out in a key spot with the bases loaded in the 7th against Joe Magrice, faces A.J. Wood for the first time. Infield, outfield, straightaway, right on left, the pitch. Fastball down and away, ball 1. A.J. Wood trying to close it out. Joe Magrice will improve to 2-0 on the season. And the Pippins will improve to 13-18 on the year, 2-3 in second half action. 7-1 the score, top of the 9th. Last chance for the lefties. Soft ground ball, foul through the legs of the catcher Bell, 1-1. 2 games tomorrow. Left-hander Nathan Bonk will start game 1 for the lefties, and Dwayne Angbrandt, the righty, will start game 2. Pippins will have Tristan Vreeling go 1 game. Which one to be determined, and then TBD, their starter in game 2. The 1-1. Denning with a soft ground ball hit to shortstop. Parker waits on a shoulder-high hop, flings it to first, and the ball game is over. The Pippins pull out a win over the Port Angeles Lefties by a final score of 7-1. A dominant performance on the mound from Joe Magrice. A big middle of the day, or middle innings from the offense, and the Pippins snap their 3-game West Coast League losing streak and improve to 2-3 in the league's second half. We'll take a break and then wrap things up on the Pippins post-game show presented by Treetop after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Fly YKM. You can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Yakima Valley picks up a 7-1 win with the Port Angeles Lefties to improve on the season to 13-18 and 2-3 in the second half. And welcome into the Pippins post-game show presented by Treetop. Since 1946, the Treetop name has been associated with premium apple juice, and the company has been a stickler for quality and flavor ever since. A proud supporter of Pippins baseball, Treetop products are served throughout the orchard. Good win for the Pippins as they knock off Port Angeles by a final score of 7-1, and it started on the mound. You can't talk about today's win without mentioning the fantastic outing from right-hander Joe Magrice, who picks up his second win of the season, lowers his ERA to a minuscule .63, and I'm going to go check the leaderboards right now. But I believe with his 7 innings pitched, he will have enough to qualify for the league leaderboard in ERA, which would put him in the lead, and he does. So now Joe Magrisi leads the league with a .63 ERA, leads the league with 53 strikeouts, and just picked up his second win. 7 innings of work. He gave up 4 hits, struck out 11 through 99 pitches, did not walk a batter. It was pure dominance from the righty, and A.J. Wood finished it out, giving up 1 run over 2 innings as the Pippins improve on the second half to 2-3. As for Port Angeles, they got a decent start on the mound from Tyler Tan, and I mean the start to his start was very good. He started off with a few solid innings and gave up 2 runs in the second, but then the 6th innings, things started to fall apart. The bases were loaded with nobody out, and then Nick Israel had a single. Noah Andrews brought home a run on an error. And it kind of snowballed from there. The Pippins were leading 7-0 after 6, and the Port Angeles offense couldn't really get anything going. They had a decent work out of the bullpen, but only managed 1 run in the top of the 8th on a double from Evan Hearn, and the Pippins pull out a 7-1 win here tonight at the Orchard. With that being said, let's take a look at the final pitching lines from tonight's game. Joe Magrisi gets the win for the Pippins. He improves to 2-0 on the season with 7 innings of 4-hit baseball, no earned, no walks, 11 strikeouts. He threw 99 pitches, 74 of them were in the strike zone. A.J. Wood had a pretty good outing as well. 2 innings of 1-run ball, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. The Pippins, for the second time this year, do not walk a batter on the mound, and Joe Magrisi picks up the win, his 2nd of the year. As for Port Angeles, Tyler Tan takes the loss, and with that loss, he falls on the season to 1-1. 5 innings, he gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, only 2 of which were earned. He walked 1, struck out 3, threw 72 pitches, 51 for strikes. Zach Tressimer, 2 scoreless innings of relief. All he surrendered was a walk. He threw 24 pitches, 15 of them for strikes, and Jack Schlottman had a 1-2-3 9th inning with a strikeout. He threw 12 pitches, 9 for strikes. As for the Pippins on offense, Nick DiCarlo was 0 for 3 with an RBI. Tanner Parker 0 for 4. Kyle Dean 1 for 4. Brady Hormel 1 for 3. Aiden Welch was 2 for 3. Nick Israel 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Noah Andrews 0 for 3 with an RBI. Eddie Pelk 0 for 1. James Bell 0 for 3, and Luke Schwartz 1 for 3 with a double. As for Port Angeles, Gavin Rourke 2 for 4 with a run scored. Justin Fugit was 0 for 2. Evan Hearn 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Matthew Christian 1 for 4. Baxter Halligan 1 for 4. C.J. Shawwecker 1 for 4. Ethan Groff 0 for 3. Damiano Palmigiani 0 for 2. Connor Denning 0 for 2. Trevor Rosenberg 0 for 3. Matt Boisenalt 0 for 1. Alex Garcia 0 for 1. And Nick DePonzio was 0 for 1. The game took 2 hours and 19 minutes and was played in front of 739 fans here at the Orchard as the Pippins improve on the season to 2-3, and the Lefties fall. In the second half, they improve to 2-3. The Lefties fall to 2-2 in the second half and 12-18 on the season. Around the West Coast League, a couple other games still in progress. Given how quickly this game took, we are the only game finished so far. Bellingham leading Wenatchee 8-7, that game in the 8th inning in a back-and-forth contest. Victoria pounding things out against Bend, 10-3, the Victoria lead in the 6th. And Cowlitz and Ridgefield in a close one, tied at 6 in the top of the 8th. Around the major leagues, in the bottom of the 11th inning, the Astros trying to close out a 7-5 win over the Texas Rangers. Rockies 4, Reds 2 in the 2nd inning from Colorado. Braves and the Padres in the bottom of the 9th, that game tied at 4. The Padres have the winning run at first base, Manuel Margot. Angels 9, Mariners 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Orioles beat the Rays 2-1. Blue Jays over the Yankees 2-1. Cubs beat the Pirates 10-4. A's beat the White Sox 13-2. Mets beat the Marlins 4-2. Rays over the Orioles 12-4 in the second game of a doubleheader. Twins beat the Indians 6-2. Red Sox fall to the Dodgers 11-2 in a World Series rematch. Royals 4, Tigers 1. Cardinals over the D-backs 4-2. Nationals beat the Phillies 4-3 on a Juan Soto go-ahead homer in the top of the 9th inning. And Ben Gamble with a walk-off double in the bottom of the 9th, and the Brewers top the Giants 5-4. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. For Austin and McKenna on the controls for our video stream, thanking you for tuning in and hoping that you'll join us tomorrow for a doubleheader, 14 innings of baseball here on the Pippins Broadcast Network, the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network, beginning at 4:35 with pregame coverage beginning at 4:20. I'm Miles Klotz. Pleasure to be bringing you the action tonight. And hope to talk to you, hope to hear you tomorrow on the airwaves. We go live at 4:20 p.m. This is Miles Klotz signing off for Austin and McKenna. Everybody have a pleasant rest of your Saturday evening.